Hello tribe, welcome back to my channel. So here is your next 7 to 10 day prediction, and today we have objects. I have missed shells on top of your piles, so I'm going to show you them from close up. By the way, thank you all for your support, for your messages, for your donations. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's go. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Choose yours. If you need more time, stop the video and I'll catch you in timestamps. Hey tribe, so whoever has chosen pile number 1, let me put these on the side. I have pre-pulled cards for you here today, so we're saving some time, but obviously we're gonna clarify. I have 3 cards and I'm going to tell you what those 3 cards stand for. So whoever has chosen this shell, we're starting with you. This is going to be your stability career foundation. This is going to be your overall energy for the week, and that's going to be talking about your relationship, romantic or platonic. Okay, so your overall energy is the 10 of Swords. Your stability and career is the 2 of Cups. And your relationships is the Knight of Swords. Now, I'm just gonna do stories, okay? We're gonna continue these stories vertically here. And let's go. So, let's see. Stability and career. I'm gonna stick with the same deck, which is Steampunk. Stability and career the next week. Okay, let's swap. Sorry for interruption. Let's start with the general energy here, and then we'll go to your topics. So let's see. Overall, what's happening here, it feels like someone is finally seeing better days, or the sun is coming up. So that's exactly what it means. And I'm paying attention to a rainbow over here. I want to say, some of you, if you have been going through difficulties or feeling meh, it's saying not long to go until you feel much better, either physically, emotionally, or mentally. Thank you. Emotionally, right? Look at this. It seems like you guys are very focused on your well-being the next week, and something will probably have to end in order for you to feel better. So I don't know what kind of chapter you are ending or what kind of situation you're ending. It could be also mental struggle that you are going through, or just feeling like something was on the way, and you're taking care of your emotions much more. Like, I'm doing things that I like doing, right? That's what kind of energy I'm picking up here. Let's see. Someone is healing their heart space as well. Yep, look, the Empress is here. That's the light that you hold in. So you know what? How that seems for me, through some kind of a struggle or ending, I'm done with this, you're able to find your light and you carry it with you. And that is very connected to your heart space, I think, for a lot of you. So you're feeling much more empowered, I want to say. You're feeling like you had to end some kind of chapter in order for you to be much more uplifted. So I don't know what this end of chapter has to do with. A lot of people, a lot of stories, right? But I also want to say, for some of you, your either digestive system or your solar plexus is feeling much more confident, more peaceful, more grounded, and there's no more storms. Okay, so you might expect a week that is much more pleasant than the past week or so. You want to take care of yourself here as well. You want to take care of yourself, and I'm seeing here that you're protecting your heart from anything that doesn't belong in your life. You're like, okay, that is not making me feel a certain way that I want to feel. I feel like I'm gonna block myself off. So it's almost like you're protecting your energy. Decisions as well coming up here. Water is coming through. Decisions maybe when it comes to your family dynamics, when it comes to your heritage, your foundation. So let's talk about you're very focused on, I want to say, the connection with people who make you feel like home. And overall, you're feeling much more peaceful. You're feeling like you're coming out of a cold state, if that makes sense. Let's take a look at your stability and career. So we're starting with Two of Cups, then we have the Page of Swords. When it comes to stability and career, connecting with someone who's quite influential or someone who's quite close to your heart will be important. There is a learning stage of some sorts happening between two people. So it could be a colleague, could be your boss, could be a job situation, or maybe a collaboration even, that you're going to be learning from, or you're going to want to learn more because of that person. But I want to say learning more about one another here. The Eight of Wands is here. What is coming through? The Strength. Again, look, we have Two of Swords. So you're in the midst of making some kind of a decision or planning something ahead for yourself. And it seems like you're going to have a lot of strength and determination when it comes to making decisions, especially in your work, for your career, for your next steps. You are listening to your moon here, which is your intuition. The next step that you're taking, it comes from your intuitive abilities, right? And I think that's why you're quite assertive here. You're like, let's go, let's get shit done, okay? I know exactly what I need to do. And someone is very influential in your path. We have a lot of twos. Two of Pentacles. I'd say it seems like you are next week when it comes to work, a lot of decision making, planning, thinking, how can I do this better? How can I do that better? Infinity symbol is here. What that means to me, it's twice here for you. What it means to me, it seems like your soul is leading the way career-wise next week and a half, okay? Especially if you're going to be quite busy with Two of Pentacles, your soul is leading you the way. So it's saying all you got to do the next week is to listen to your gut. Whenever your gut is going to be feeling tense, or whenever you have the sensation, uncomfortable sensation in your gut, you know that that's probably not the path or the decision that you want to make, right? Decisions, pile number one. We have the Devil. Yeah, you don't want to step back into the same habits or same structure that didn't work for you anymore, or maybe working with people, collaborating, talking to people who make you feel like you are being pulled back to something that you don't want to be pulled back to. And you have the Nine of Wands. You're working hard the next week, I'm seeing. You're working hard, you're making decisions. There is a lot happening, okay? You're probably busy. You're probably, I want to say a lot of you will feel very different the next week when it comes to work, especially if it was quiet for you, or if you felt like everything is flowing the same way like it has been for some time. The next week's energy for work and career, it's quite different. It seems like I'm hearing a wake up. I'm getting a wake up call, or I'm feeling like I have much more power to go and get stuff done. And it could be because of someone else who's next to you or who's influencing you, but they're influencing you in the best way. It seems like they are inspiring you in some way. Okay, now let's take a look at your relationships. We have the Knight of Swords to start with. We have the Suspended one, which is the Hangman. I'm hearing, should I stay or should I go? Temperance. So we have Three of Pentacles, Temperance. You're taking it easy when it comes to relationships. The High Priestess is here as well. A very intuitive week, guys. Pile number one, okay? You're taking it easy. Maybe you are deciding to move on from someone, or you're deciding what to do with them, and you're taking a pause. You're like, okay, maybe my focus has to be on something else apart from this connection. Would it be romantic? Would it be platonic? And I feel like I need to find a little bit more balance. So relationship wise, what I'm seeing here, it seems like you probably will want to spend more time on yourself than focusing on someone else, okay? So whatever, even if career-wise, if someone is quite close to you, they are close to you because they're somehow either helping you with something or influencing you in a good way. And I want to say that for pile number 1, it seems like you are finding a little bit more balanced while spending a bit more time on your own the next week. And no shit, you know, if you are going to be pretty busy work-wise making decisions, you probably will need to be a bit more balanced, meaning focusing on yourself and being in a zone. Relationship-wise, I think you're pulling backwards a bit, and not because, you know, something dramatic has happened or will happen. It's just the vibe that you need, you know, the zone that you need to get in. You're definitely collaborating with someone here, okay? Collaboration is pretty strong here. Yeah, you see? 3 of Swords is here. It seems like you are going within. Heart space is very important for pile number 1 the next week and a half. Someone is still somehow either healing or taking care of their heart because it's still a little bit fragile from some kind of a past event. Doesn't matter how far away it was or how long ago something has happened. Maybe you're going to have a realization that, hey, you know what, I haven't been taking care of my heart actually. I think there is still something there. Okay, so I hope that this made sense. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles again, learning vibe. The next week, it's saying be an explorer, learn, and keep being curious. Okay, hope it made sense, right? Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hello, tribe. So whoever has chosen pile number 2, okay, so I've split it in topics, okay? So that's going to be your relationships, romantic or platonic. That's going to be your main overall energy for the week. That's your stability, foundation, career. Let's go. For main energy, you have the Fool. Relationships, you have the 3 of Wands. Career stability, you have the Ace of Swords. So we're going to continue stories, and I'm going to make rows, okay, from the same decks. Right, let's talk about your main energy first, actually, and we'll go from there. I want to say someone seems like the next week and a half is trying to run away from their fears, and something might come up, something might happen for you where you are like, oh, actually I didn't know that was a fear of some sort. Let me dive deeper, see where it's coming from. See, and when I said fears, look at the 7 of Pentacles in this deck. She's like, my finger is bleeding, I don't know if I want to touch that again, right? Take those pentacles. I think some of you are understanding what kind of blocks you might have had, or I want to say pushbacks regarding maybe your patience or your finances. Maybe self-sabotage for some of you. You're like, can I actually get that? Yes, I can, but why am I feeling this way? You know? And that's when you're going deeper. Why am I feeling this way? A bit of self-analysis is happening here. I love that, actually. 7 of Wands. We have double 7 here. And 10 of Cups. I want one more card to clarify 7 of Wands. 5 of Wands. A lot of fire here. It seems like you guys are going to feel quite strong the next week and a half, especially when it comes to standing up for yourself or what matters to you the most. Okay, you're like, don't touch this. This is something sacred to me, whatever that would be, don't touch this. I'm gonna fight you if you touch that. I've learned, I'm hearing a long time ago, not to allow this boundary to be crossed, especially when it comes to either people that I love or who I consider my family. And it seems like you are choosing very peaceful people to be around with. And if you're going to be put in a situation where you feel like there is chaos, you're going to be like, no, I'm out. I don't need to be around this energy. But then you're going to be questioning yourself why you're running away from that energy. Why is it making you feel that way? Either more triggered, either more sensitive than usual. Why is this? You know, why I'm choosing certain people around me? What's happening? A very analytical week. Oh, yeah, you're taking care of your cup, your light, you see, your vibe. You're like, I'm protecting my vibe. And when I'm, my head started hurting here. So maybe because some time ago you were in a situation where you felt quite exhausted. And now you're doing everything that you can in order for that not to happen. You're like, I'm carrying my peace with me. I don't want to be put in a situation where my peace is being sabotaged. Why? This is interesting. What is going on here? Because you know that you hold a key to something much better and you're not compromising. And you know, people do have to compromise, but this key, you like, I can compromise on so many things, but this I'm not compromising on. This is sacred to me. And I only give this key to the chosen ones. See what I mean? This is metaphorical. Please translate it. I think you'll understand that a little bit more the next week and a half. Let's talk about your foundation, your career, security. Pile 2. 7 of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Hermit. Knight of Swords. One more. Five of Swords. Right. So what I'm picking up, bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords. What I'm picking up here, the next week and a half, it seems like you might have a lot of aha moments. Especially if you couldn't decide what to do next or what options you have. You're going to be shown all options that you have. And I'm seeing a list of things that have to be done, and you're ticking them off. But first of all, you kind of scanning through all that list and you're like, okay, that is my priority today. Cross it off. That's done. I think this is very connected to your structure, you know, how you want to move forward. And somehow you also find yourself collaborating or working with someone, working in a team or wanting to work in a team. Okay, people will be important the next week and a half. And afterwards, there's going to be a phase where you go into a hermit mode. Okay, now I have to pull back and do something on my own, take action on my own. So you're taking something from some kind of a collab or communication with other person, and then you pull back. You're like, okay, I got this info now. Let me see what I want to do with it. I want to dive a bit deeper, and then I'm going to take action and do things that I want to do. So it's like you picked up a piece, you know, from something, and then you're like, okay, let me work with that piece. What is the Five of Swords about? Oh, geez, okay. King of Wands, as well as the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Somehow spending some time on your own, and you know, it doesn't have to be like physical retreat. Sometimes people sit at work, they work, but then they kind of zone out and they dive deeper. And you only probably need like 10 seconds for that, and then you come back. You know what I mean? That's what kind of energy I'm seeing here. And once you do that, you might come out of that state with a brilliant idea. Ideas, guys, next week, ideas, light bulb moments will be important. I think you might be channeling some of the info as well for some of you, and then you're like, yes, let's go, let's get this done. I'm also seeing that you're waiting for some kind of a reward, but that reward is coming in sooner than you think, or that new beginning is coming in sooner than you think. Okay, It's saying next week or week and a half, be an observer and kind of collect pieces, observing situations. Then come back home or come back to your own self and then kind of analyze the information and think what you want to do with that. That's what kind of vibe I'm getting here from you the next week, week and a half, because you're going to have either a lot of ideas or a lot of light bulb moments how to move forward or how to improve your current situation. Let's see, relationships, platonic, romantic. Number 8 might be important for some of you because I looked at the time. It was 0828. Oh, okay, thank you. We have the Chariot. Chariot, Hermit. You have Hermit twice in this reading. You have 7 of Swords. You have 9 of Swords. You have the Emperor, okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Swords, okay. What this is reminding me of, there are 2 stories. One group of you, what you're doing is you are either planning some kind of a trip towards someone or with someone. And that's what's going to make you pretty excited. You need more details, this is saying. If you're planning a trip, you're trying to figure out either maybe rules, either terms and conditions, either restrictions, either, you know, what hotel you book in, how you get in there. It's all about diving deep into the unknown, what you don't know as of yet, just still. For others of you, relationship wise, what I'm seeing, someone is waiting for someone or thinking about someone, that's for sure. Either you, either other person. Whoever this is, someone might have effed up, okay, and they are worried about effing up, maybe being too strict, maybe being too controlling, maybe being too straight in someone's face. But someone is definitely thinking back. Maybe you're going to hear from that person, or you're going to reach out to whoever you acted this way with. And someone really is feeling uneasy about the whole situation. In a zone, guys, pile number 2, your reading is very much in a zone. It's going within, seeking for answers, remembering things, you know. Quite nostalgic energy here for relationships. You might be also dealing with someone who's quite controlling the next week, week and a half. It could be even your boss who's making you feel unsteady, uneasy, stressful. But for most of you, when I'm looking at 3 of Wands, it's almost like bringing me back into, you know, back to memories when I'm looking towards that horizon and thinking back about people who I have done something wrong to, or someone who have treated me wrong. And maybe I'm talking about this for a reason. Maybe that person will show up somehow in your life or has shown up lately. Because whoever that is causing someone else, you know, this, and look, Queen of Swords following 3 of Swords too, see? So some kind of a heartache is happening here. Someone might be feeling like, ugh, I messed up in that. Oh, I was treated badly. And maybe with the Hermit card over there, you're diving deeper to understand what you needed to learn from this, or you're going to have a conversation with someone who's going to help you out to understand things a little bit more. Clear communication is the key for the next week, week and a half, especially if you are in a situation where people are either not treating you right or you feel uneasy about something. It's saying speak your mind, talk about things, because I'm seeing words coming out of someone's mouth, and as they are coming out of their mouth, I'm seeing less burdens on their shoulders, right? So easier, life becomes much easier. This seems to be the most important relationships for the next week and a half. Maybe that's why you're diving deep here. You're like, I'm not allowing this to happen to me again because this has happened before. Or someone else maybe in your life is feeling quite defensive and feeling like, oh, that's gonna hurt me. Been there, done that. So maybe that's why you're diving deep. And that's why I picked up fears, you know. I have been hurt before, or this is a repeating cycle, or I don't want to do this again. I have to speak my mind clearly now because I've learned from this already. So you're very observant, but overall I'd say relationships are the most important for pile number 2, and understanding why things happened the way they have happened or will happen to you the next week and a half. I mean, your intuition knows already, has all the answers that you need. I'd say just dive deep, sit with yourself and think things through. And I'd say having a diary would be a really good thing. Writing things on piece of paper, because once you read them again the next day or the next week, everything is going to be highlighted to you why. You have answers, okay? So I hope this made sense, tribe. Thank you for being here. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3 people. So I've split these cards into topics, okay? So each card talks about a topic. So the middle one we have is your overall energy. That's going to be your stability, career, finances, and that's your relationships. So let's see what we got. Your overall energy is the Tower. Your relationships, we have the Lovers. Your stability and career, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so let's start with your overall, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna be building the story from this Tower card here. Some of you, I want to say, watch your neck. Literally, someone might just have a pillow that is a little bit uncomfortable for you, because I'm feeling my neck muscles, especially on the left side. So watch how you sleep. I'd say paying attention to the sheets, maybe a mattress, a pillow that you have. This is coming out of nowhere, I know. It's quite important because somehow the next week and a half you will have to be rested fully, or something suddenly will have to change when it comes to your sleep, okay? You're like, I feel like there could be improvements. All right, what is going on, main energy? We have the Two of Wands. You have the Fool. You have the Nine of Pentacles. You have the Three of Cups. Okay, look. What's going on here? I want to say for pile number 3, and I'm hearing this, if you're not going to make a decision about this situation, all of you are different, the decision will be made for you. So if you've been delaying something, or if you've been closing eyes to something, even if you knew that you had to take action, it's saying the action will be taken for you by universe, God, whatever you believe in. Okay, there is some kind of intervention happening here. Yes, it's going to feel a little bit, you know, a wake-up call, not the smoothest, I want to say, right? It's gonna trigger some kind of fears in you here, but this is happening in order for you to seek for more independence in your life, or for some of you in order to seek for better friendships. A shake-up is happening in order for you to walk towards one or the other. Either become more independent or focus on your own business more, or to find a better circle surrounding you, more support around you. So maybe that tower will shake someone out of that tower, and it's one of your friendships or people who surround you, and you know that maybe they are not walking the same path like you are, and you're just being polite, you know, to them for extended amount of time, even if you know that the energy is somehow draining you. Or if you felt like you are trying, you know, to push your own independence on a side and you are clinging to certain things too much. So whatever you cling into, it might be falling apart. Okay, let's take a look at your stability, career and finances. So we have the Page of Pentacles. We have Nine of Cups. Some kind of a blockage is being removed from your path. It might feel like an intervention for some of you. It might feel like, ooh, give that back to me. For others of you, you're going to be like, oh, thank God. Okay. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Then we have the Hangman. Ooh, you have the Ace of Swords that just flew out of the deck. You have two aces here for career and stability, and you have the Three of Cups. Okay. I want to say for some of you, there might be some kind of upcoming celebration connected to your work. For a lot of people here watching this, your career, you're going to be, and stability, you're going to be pretty happy about the next week. There's some kind of accomplishment happening here. A wish is coming true. You are pretty stoked about the results, or you're pretty stoked about the message that you are receiving. And with that, it seems like your whole world or perception on certain things, on your finances or stability will change, which will inspire you to have an aha moment, like, yes, that's exactly, I can't speak, that's exactly where you need to go, that's exactly what I need to get. So very inspiring week when it comes to career and foundation. Okay, there's also some kind of get together happening here. Maybe that aha moment will come through that get together. Someone will say something, or you will say something to them. That conversation will lead you to some kind of decision or some kind of a next step that is going to be quite inspiring for you, because I'm seeing an engine starting. Happiness when it comes to your career, right? Happiness, feeling accomplished, feeling like good things are coming your way. There is so much more I'm hearing that's coming my way. There is so much more that I can do. There is so much more that I can receive. Okay, let's look at your relationships. We have the Lovers we're starting with. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Fool. We have the Two of Swords. You have the Five of Swords. I want one more. You have the Four of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. You have the Three of Wands. Okay, relationships. It seems like you're sleeping on something or someone. Someone wants to be free. So next week for relationships, it seems like you're minding your own business and you want other people to mind their own business too. Okay, you're like, you know what? I have a lot of things to do here, and there's a lot of things happening in my life right now, energetically as well as career-wise. Overall, it seems like you're just in a zone. You are connecting with someone here, but it doesn't seem like your focus is on them. Would it be a family member, friendship, or actually a romantic relationship? You want to be free, you want to explore the next week. I don't know, you might be taking that person with you, but it does seem like you're on your own for most of you. And you want to keep things like they were before. You're like, I'm not changing many things here, I'm just taking it easy, I'm taking it one step at a time. You will probably, for some of you, I want to say, you might not be letting someone in all the way. There might be a reason for that. Maybe you had some kind of a clash before. Would it be big? Would it be small? But you're like, I'm keeping to to myself. I'm keeping myself to myself. I'm open to you, but you know what? It feels like I don't want to change many things. So especially those who are quite free-spirited, it seems like you'll want to keep exploring, get enough sleep. So I don't know, I'm seeing a situation where if you were invited to someone else's home, you're like, I gotta go back home to my own bed, and you're like, I'm not changing many things, that I like doing. I know it's fun with you, but I gotta come back to my own bed because that's where I sleep more peacefully. So I'm not sacrificing something that matters to me. I'm keeping certain things to myself, and I don't want to make massive changes because then I'm compromising something for my own self. I'm also seeing two people from different backgrounds that are connecting together. There might be some kind of a clash possibly here with someone, but I'm not seeing any big drama. I'm seeing someone who might not want to compromise. Would it be a situation, like I said before, right? I'm going to my own bed. Would it be a situation where that person should actually compromise? So too many stories here. I don't want to put you guys in a box. Overall, it seems like you communicate with people, but you are also not giving yourself away. You know what I mean? There might be also a connection around you that you currently not very close with that person, but you might be becoming closer with them over some kind of maybe event or something that you have in common that has happened to both of you. I don't want to say trauma bonding, but it could be. Okay, quite interesting pile number. I want to pull one more card actually for you here, strangely enough. Pile number 3. What you happy about the next week and a half? Yeah, you're taming your own demons or some kind of habits. You're like, I'm not going back there. Okay. Or you keeping something or someone at a distance that is not good for you. Like, I'm in control here. I know I can do this. I'm in control. 9 of Pentacles. I'm independent from this. I'm released from this. I'm not coming back to it. Because whatever has happened maybe before, it was karmic for you. Okay? And it was, karma can be good or bad. It was difficult karma for you. So I hope it made sense, pile 3. And I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 4, people, whoever has chosen this shell over here, we check in with you the next 7 to 10 days from now. So I've split you in categories. This is your overall energy for the next week. That's your finances, stability, and career. And that's your relationships. Let's look what we got. So your main energy is the Lovers. Your relationships, we have the 2 of Pentacles. The career and finances, we have the 3 of Wands. So let's start with the general here, your overall energy. We have 9 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Interesting. Judgment. Knight of Wands. Bottom of a deck. Knight of... Sorry. Is that Knight of Wands? No, that's Page of Wands. That's Knight of Wands here. I think so. Or vice versa. Doesn't matter. I take them by imagery. Okay, let's go. What is going on? Okay, so pile number 4, are you ready for this? Because this is quite straightforward and quite precise. What's happening the next week we're gonna have that is most important to you. I'm seeing someone observing either their past relationship, their current relationship, or someone else's relationship, okay? Someone is standing as an observer of some kind of relationship, and they're like, you know what, it's all great, but it does feel like I want to evolve on my own and be a bit more independent when it comes to this. It's very interesting. It's almost like I'm interested, I'm open to relationship or bonding with someone, but I'm actually a little bit more focused on my independence and being free and being on my own, at least for some more time. And you are using an example of one particular relationship in your life that you have seen, either past relationship of yours or someone else's, and you're like, how did that go, you know? And you're learning from a past relationship. Maybe this is someone who's coming into your life and asking you advice, saying, hey, what should I do in that relationship? And you're like, let me sit back and relax and then give you advice on that, right? But overall, it's like you want to evolve in relationship department, and you're looking back at something. Or the next week and a half, you have an example of a relationship, and you're like, would I want that, or would I want something else? Do I want to move on, or do I want to learn, right? Do I want to get involved and learn through relationship, or do I want to keep being an observer and being independent a little bit longer? That's what kind of vibe. But overall, it's like you're learning from observing a relationship of some sort. It could be even your parents, for example, right? It could be anyone's relationship really here. And that's your main focus. You're like, how can we upgrade this situation? How can we get better at this? What is missing for me? What do I need to do better? Right? Okay, let's look at your stability, career, and finances here. We have the Ace of Cups. I'm hearing finding treasure. You're finding some kind of treasure, or finding something that you like doing, maybe a job that you love. Yeah, because in the past you didn't like something that you were doing. You're like, I'm not sure about that. And Two of Cups. Ace of Swords. I also want to say, observe people in your workplace, or who you work with, or who you're talking to in the interview, for example, because it does seem like you guys are going to be looking for either better structure or improvements in your work or in your finances, and you're going to be like, what does this person have to offer, or what they can teach me? But somehow through having a difficult situation, either in your work or your collaborations, you're able to learn, or you're able to have this aha moment in order to see what needs to be done next. So it's almost like you're seeing signs on that road, career-wise, and you're like, okay, that doesn't work out for me. Maybe it's a sign for me to do this better, or maybe it's a sign for me to, to take a moment for myself, to take a pause, because whatever you want to do the next week, you know that there's some kind of a long-term success connected to something, and you're like, how can I get there? I don't care, even if I fail. By trying, I'm gonna get there. So you're not afraid to try new things the next week, and I would encourage you guys to try new things, either a new job, either a new approach, either a new structure of some sorts that you need to experiment with, because you're walking towards success, whatever this would be, and there might be offers on the way, okay, for you. Let's split the deck. Let's see what else. Yeah, and some of the offers you will not go into accept, because you're like, my heart's telling me no. So I'm going to pause on this. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to sleep on that. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look at your relationships the next week and a half. So we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Fool. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing I'm not afraid to try. Yep, we have the Three of Pentacles. You're signing up for something. I don't know if this is a work connection of some sorts that is important for you, but you're not afraid to try new things, or maybe you have a new approach to relationship, whatever this would be. You stepping out of your comfort zone and you're like, let me try this now. Let me try a new way. Working together is going to be quite inspirational. So being a good team is important the next week we're going to have. You have Knight of Cups. You have the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love coming from someone your way, I'm seeing here. And someone really appreciates, they might even text you that or call you and tell you about that, how well you've done. Someone appreciates the way you are, especially when it comes to either finances or what kind of decisions that you're making in your life, or how good of a team player you are. Even if it was a romantic partnership, I appreciate you. Let me give back. Let me show you my love. Okay, very sweet. Yeah, because you're teaching me a lot of things. This might be marriage for a lot of you guys, or very strong commitment. Appreciating you for the life lessons that you have given me. I'm learning watching you. I'm learning from you, seeing how you deal with things and how you listen to your heart. Very strong partnership vibe overall for pile number 4 the next week and a half. Very strong and very grounding as well. Yeah, King of Wands. You're being appreciated by someone, or you're appreciating someone else, right? Vice versa. Aha moment. Again, Ace of Swords here twice. Someone might suggest you a brilliant idea, especially if you have been stuck about a certain thing in your mind, you know. Someone is able to cleanse your mind by just either talking to you or by you being in their presence, or vice versa. And on the bottom of the deck, we have a Death card. See? Something old is being destroyed and something new is growing here. So maybe you are somehow refreshing, restarting a relationship or a partnership of some sort. And Wheel of Fortune is telling us that the next week it's really, really good when it comes to finding strong partners or strengthening your partnerships with other people. Okay, so you might even notice the next week we can have that you might have to focus a little bit more on collaborations, communication with others than making any kind of major decisions in your life. Okay, it's like, okay, now let's steer towards partnerships a bit more. That's where focus should lie, and we can come back to the rest of what needs to be done the next week. Because something might be suffocating you here, something might be strangling you here, and you need answers for that, and someone has answers for you. Or you finding answers yourself by being in the presence of someone else. So I hope that this made sense, pile number 4. Tribe, thank you for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.